Okay, guys, I'm just gonna do part two of the first video that I was doing. It cut off kind of short there, but I just wanted to elaborate a little bit more on, what Yahuwah was telling me about myself and just revealing where a place where He was taking me to, and how I was, a little apprehensive about, what He was telling me. And I just need to make sure that, Lord, this is you speaking to me and telling me this, because right now, I know I'm not thinking of doing this on my own, because I would never think to get on an airplane and go somewhere else. I've never been out Midwest or to the West Coast, a little bit up and down the East Coast, but not really going anywhere. And to get on a plane to go to another country and tell me, Lord, I'm gonna live here, like this is a lot, and it's overwhelming me. Um, but I had to look more into it to see why was He saying this? What are you preparing me for? And as we go along, it's just like the visions that He's showing me. You guys have got to go back and watch, the visions that He's given me, because He told me this before He gave me those visions. And it explained why I need you to move out of my way, because I have work to do. I've told you once, and we had the pandemic come through. He protected us. He put the blood on the door, and He worked. And when that came through, He told me, don't be afraid. I just need you to stay put. Don't leave this house. I'm going to take care of you through all of this. And He took care of a lot of us. And I know we all have that same story where, I had food coming to my door. My sister, you know, came and brought food to my door. I didn't have to go out and get anything. Um, I worked from home. My check still came through, and I was able to pay my bills. He protected us through everything. When I tell you, that's when my faith just got so much stronger, because we were in the middle of something we didn't have control over, and he woke the world up, and He let us know then, I don't care how much money you got. I don't care how big your house is. I don't care how popular you is. I'm about to show you who I am. And at that moment, we started realizing that nothing else matters. Like, He could really, like, stop everything today. But He loves us so much is that He gives us that second chance. And so when He told me I was moving to Africa, I became sad, because I knew that this was what was going to happen. But I trust you. And it was just like, let me see more. And then I saw the year of return in 2019, and I was like, I never knew anything of this. So I'm still watching videos, and I'm seeing where people are going, and they don't have as much over there as they did here. But to hear them talk and their testimony, I've never had so much peace in my life. The Most High woke me up one day and said I was coming here. I said, so I wasn't the only one that you're telling this to. This is beautiful. You chose me. And I am watching these men that you would never see cry over here tell their experience of the first time they touched down in Africa, and how to see them cry, just telling their story, and all of a sudden they broke down in tears. I said, this thing is real. But the first time I saw the continent, I felt this amazing connection to a place that I've never felt in my life. Like the roots were just coming up through my feet and outstretching my body. I felt like a tree. I felt so connected to this earth. And then he started giving me dreams of me on a plane and landing down for the first time. And slowly but surely, my fear of flying came to, I can't wait to get on that plane and touch down for the first time. I think for the first time in my life, I'm going to feel alive. But the connection of going over there was like energy. It was like how I described the roots going through my body and, to the top of my head, and the sun rays coming down and hitting my skin. It was electricity. It was like some type of energy that I was starting to feel. And I said, there's more to this than I'm really thinking. I need to explore this more. And I started reading the Bible from Genesis to the end, and I had to condition myself to read and to study the Bible and learn it for myself, because I was getting a flood of information because I'm watching all these people. We Woke Now, I watched that podcast. The African Diaspora, I watched that podcast. Lisa Cabrera, I watched her podcast. There's another lady that I watch, and I watched the Hebrew Israelite. So I've taken a lot of information, but I know when the information I need, and I know the information that I don't need. But I believe, just listening to them, they do a lot of teaching. And they bring out scripture, and that's what I love, is because they read scripture, they bring out their sources, or they have a good opinion of something, and it helps me to think and pretty much put my thoughts together. And so I suggest, just looking into that. And if you are watching these videos, please follow up with reading the scriptures, the Bible, and getting your own understanding, and praying and learning who the Israelites were. The Israelites were special to Yahuwah. These were his people. And I know when I thought about it, and I was reading, one day the Lord told me, he said, what if you're not a Gentile? What if you're the chosen ones? I said, now that's really blowing my mind. Now I really need to do more studying and seeing where this truth is coming from, because I've always known since a child who the chosen people were. It didn't make sense to me, but hey, what did I know? I was a kid. And when you get conditioned into believing a certain way, then that's all you believe. You have to be deprogrammed by Yahuwah. He has to deprogram you from what you have learned so far. And you have to start over from scratch. I literally had to start over from scratch learning, because there were so many lies that were told to us. But I definitely want to get more into, what I've learned. It's good to listen to other people, their podcasts and everything. And it's also good for you to read as well, and look and see what, the Lord, the Most High, is telling us about ourselves. So I'll make another part to this.